Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Vanville series. Today we want to address a simple subject, which is light switches for your Vanville. Like many of you who first started with the cheap Amazon rocket switches, and we quickly find out that they are poorly built and borderline dangerous. Some of the back connections were coming apart and could have caused a fire, and that's definitely something that we did not want to gamble with. We also wanted to achieve a more professional finish with a custom touch, especially for our Starlink and Weboost switches. They're actually surprisingly hard to find switches for Starlink and Weboost, and we found a company named Rocket Switch Pro that was able to do laser edge custom switch covers with quality bodies that we know that they're not going to fall apart and they're safe to include in the build of our van. Rocket Switch Pro is affiliated with New Wire Marine, which is a company that we used to upgrade the switches of our previous boat. So there was no hesitation whatsoever knowing that we were going to get a quality product and a custom design for the build of our van. The ordering process is straightforward, and the website has plenty of options for just about any application. Okay, so right here are the switch bodies that we got. We are choosing to have them installed. That way the switches or the light, the backlight is only on when the switch is on, because we're gonna be sleeping and we don't want an annoying light to wake us up. So we can definitely tell that the switch bodies are much better quality than the one on Amazon. These things are not falling apart. They're definitely safe and proven. So right here, I put one of them together so you guys can see. Very good details on these, and like I said, these are very hard to find pretty much anywhere. You won't find these on Amazon, especially the one for Starlink. That one, you guys won't find that anywhere else. So this right here is pretty much the order that they're gonna go on. The front light bar is gonna be the first one because I want to be able to hit that in the dark. Driver's side lights on the side of the van, passenger side lights, rear lights, Starlink and Weboost. So I'm going to be able to use my Starlink and Weboost while I'm driving right from the driver's seat of the cab of the van, which is great that I don't have to go to the back or stop the van in order to get connected to the internet. So I want to show you guys some of the tools that I use to make this happen, to make the installation of these more professional. So you have your custom switches right here. I have a couple more somewhere over there. You need a utility knife to cut some wire, some jumpers to make the backlights only lit when the switch is on, butt connectors just in case you need to extend something, and then the spade connectors. You're gonna need them for the back of the switches right here. Wire strippers, crimping tool for these. And then I have a label maker here with this heat shrink wrap labels. You use that heat gun right there, and you have a very professional looking installation with these, and everything is marked in case you have to unplug anything later on or add anything to your system. Alright, so I'm running the wire for the back light here, and I used some of this wire protecting sleeve, and to mount it on the roof of the van I used these things. But the first thing that I did is I wiped
the roof of the van with alcohol so it would stick well. I did this about a year ago on the other side, and it's still working fine, so no concerns there. The only thing that I would say is probably put more than just a few of them pretty often, and you should be just fine. So we wanted to avoid having fuses all over the place in the van, and we decided to wire all of the switches up front to the rear fuse panel here, which is our house batteries, and everything is clearly labeled. Right there you can see the scene lights, Starlink, Weboost, everything is centrally located. That way if there's ever any issues with the system, we know exactly where to look.